Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here we go. They begin with a run by Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off, and the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Oh, there he does it again. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. So an onside kick fail in the 1st quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow.
Slant pass to Boyd.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Watson. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
The Bengals drive about to get going. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're deep.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter.
Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Burrow will throw. Open man is Higgins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. Jamar Chase, touchdown! Jamar Chase,
76 yards.
and the Bengals are back within a couple of the lead. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And this is now a 1-point game.
Makes the score from 21. Bengals 20.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Watson.
Another completion here to Hunt. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 50, it's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Back deep, Trent Taylor. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to move back in front.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To the air yet again, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First down. Here's Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Now it's Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's going to have a first down and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
Mixing up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
But touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports.
And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin to. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the 2nd half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Burrow looking to pass. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Throw left side complete to Chase.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And Chubb will try the middle here. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Chubb. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a 1st down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Watson now to throw. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Watson. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now they return to the ground game, Chubb. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
62 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Harrison Bryant from 17 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. New York now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll stay on the ground, mixing again.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them,
trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They go play action with Burrow. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are right back in this football game. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
And now look at him go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 57 yards.
And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
He was taken down by a gain of 7.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down.
This goes out wide for Mixon. He's got room at the 30.
Touchdown! Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
This complete to David Bell. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson.
Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
David Bell,
37 yards.
and the Browns have got it back to within a score. Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though.
Here we go.
So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup, so for a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Here we go with Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They run for it with Mixon, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Now Watson.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Watson.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here's Watson.
And his pass incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Hey, you got to snap it. You got to snap it.
To throw, Watson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. So 3rd down, and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. It's caught. Cooper.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
A lot of pressure here for Cade York.
This to potentially send us to overtime.
York able to send this one through.
And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
To throw, Burrow. That's complete to Chase.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had...
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that changes everything here in OT.
So it's the Browns who are going to get possession first here in overtime as the kick's away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 187 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
6 yards on the touchdown run. York on now for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll drop this one down to mix it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36.
He's got room at the 30.
He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Into the hands of Cooper.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watson to throw. Finding Hunt.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Watson on 1st down.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And it's is incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On fourth down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down, and the Bengals will get the football back. So they converted their first 2 fourth down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lock it for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
On one, ready?
Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
It's a touchdown run of 30 yards. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win. And the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, this was a game for the ages, wasn't it? 6 touchdown passes. He had this offense running to its absolute peak efficiency. And I tell you what, that's as good a game as you'll see at the quarterback position.